Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Sunday night, and we are live and in effect as I report to you from behind this plastic microphonic device. Hope everybody is doing well tonight. Yes, indeed. It's going to be very interesting to see where silver goes from here as the night goes on in the Asian markets. Glad to see you guys. Hope everybody is doing well. All right, very good. Middle of a different location here today, so the audio might be a little different, so hopefully you can hear me all right. But good to see you guys. All right, as we peruse our way through here, there's the numbers here now. Most of you have saw my video that I posted, a unique situation we saw where the gold to silver ratio was at 1 to 1. That's right, 1 to 1. If you take into account how the government tracks the price of gold compared to the market price for silver. Pretty interesting little dynamic. The only channel that's covered that. Appreciate you guys being here. And let's see here. All right. So I'm going to wait until I get started, until I get a thumbs up okay that you can hear me all right. I think my audio is okay, but I wanted to make sure that you guys are here and that you can hear me okay. Let's see here. Everybody's saying hello. So just let me know that you can hear me all right, and I will continue. We're going to get into some comments and cover some things here with you guys. So let me see here. And I might be a little bit difficult for me also to be able to see the chat from time to time. So I'm going to have to come back and forth here. But all right, thumbs up from you guys. Very good. You can hear me good. All right. Very good. Nice. Good to see you guys. All right. So let's get into it. The market's going to be opening up soon, but we're going to take a comment or two and cover those real quickly here. We got Cyber Curtain Twitcher from this morning's video says the following. Over the past 12 years, you and I have heard quite a few people that bought high and sold low. There are only people responsible for losing money. I've always seen both gold and silver as a hobby and a potential upside. The high premium collector pieces have been a gamble. Thankfully, most of them made a decent profit, which went back into metals. Anything I bought that had a smaller premium over spot has served me well, looking at current prices. Yes, indeed, that's right. That's right, Cyber Curtain Twitcher. Yes, he and I have been on this platform for quite a long time, seen a lot from what people have said, but you never know what surprises. Pretty amazing what some people say, but anyways, but nonetheless, very good. And my kitten as a grandmaster says, can't blame you for anything. You don't tell people when to buy or sell. If someone loses money on precious metals, it's their fault. And you should always ask yourself, when should you buy and when should you sell? Not even the comments on here should influence anyone there under decisions. That's right. That's a very good point. I'm making as a grandmaster. And this channel is sponsored by Summit Metals. And as somebody who's sponsored by a bullion dealer, I want to be extra careful as to when to tell people to buy or not to buy. You know, I just want to put them out there as a place to consider before you buy, to see or sell. By the way, they have a sell to us option here as well, and you can see that they have very transparent pricing as what they're going to be paying back as well for precious metals. And so check that out, but only buy or sell with Summit Metals or any other company based off of your own timing or level of understanding. I always encourage people to hold on to precious metals, a core part of their stack, to not let go. Hold on with what I refer to as diamond fists. That's right, diamond fist. All right, very good. And B1 here says, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm up anywhere from $23 to $2.18. Dollar cost average is best when buying metals that fluctuate. Heck, I even bought some yesterday for $3 under spot. Way to go. That is excellent. Way to go on that. It's the best way to do it here. Let's see here. All right. Very good. I'm checking back here in the chat. Very good. Let's see what you guys in the markets are going to be opening in about well, they're open now, but it takes about a minute to propagate. So as we wait for that minute to come by here, for those of you who don't know, 100,000 subscribers is considered a pretty big milestone on a YouTube channel. So if you are here and a new viewer and watching, if you would be so inclined if you have the inclination for an inkling of inclination to subscribe to the channel, I hope you will consider doing it. Yes, indeed, getting closer to that magical number. So appreciate you guys. All right, very good. Mark B, yeah, you may have missed it, but I did a video talking about Charlie Kirk, and have spoken about him multiple times since the assassination attempt, and certainly pray for that. Apparently 23,000 new chapter requests on campuses and universities have been made in the last couple of days, which is very encouraging. And his wife is a very strong woman and is going to keep the flame going, which is great. All right, let's see here. And let's see here. Let's see what the markets are doing right now, shall we? Let me get over here to this, and it's got to go back and forth to some certain windows here, so pardon me. All right, look at this. Out of the starting gate, silver is up 2 cents. That's right. It looks like in the Asian markets, it's going to continue to go. It looks like it's going up a little bit here. Gold is also up slightly as well, up $2.80 to $3,646.30. Silver's at $42.31 right now. Platinum is now back over $1,400 again, up $4 tonight. And palladium is down slightly, down $7. So we're going to revisit those here. Yes, indeed. Make sure to partake in my poll where you think silver will be by this Friday from the options available to you in the poll. Let's get to Annie Oakley's comment on the video from this morning about somebody blaming me for losing money on silver. Come on, Sal. The boys at JP Morgan call me every morning for financial advice. Shouldn't we tamp it down or let it run a bit today, Annie? There you go. That's right. Annie, are you okay with me rising or lowering silver price? That's right. That's what they say to Annie. Beautiful stack, Sal. Thanks for the wise words. Well, thank you so much, Annie Oakley. Great comment indeed. EC 5927 says this. Sal, that has to be the funniest thumbnail you've ever posted. I do feel bad for the guy, but someone tells me that it wasn't in it for the long haul. Silver is not for profit making, gains, etc. It's an ancient metal that will preserve your wealth. You make a couple of bucks along the way, and that's great. Yep, it should be considered as a bonus. Well, I don't know that the thumbnail will be considered humorous or not, but I appreciate that. It's actually rather drab, if you want to ask me, but hey, I'm all about making some funny thumbnails from time to time, but thank you. All right, and we've got this from Jungle Marine. Forget about that punk's comment. You can tell he's young and irresponsible just by his comment. Nobody wants to take blame for themselves like men anymore. That's true. You're exactly right. And I tell you what, something that builds character, and people should join the armed forces like Jungle Marine did. Thank you for your service. Let's do one more, then we'll take a look at the market again and get back to you all here. Let me see. It says here, if that person would have actually listened to any of Sal's past videos, he would know that what he said to Sal was 100% pure ignorance. Yes, and thank you, Dan Almos. You're right, and sadly, that's just it. I had somebody on the video that I did about the gold to silver 1-to-1 ratio. People accuse me of clickbait, but they don't provide a reason why. They won't tell me why. They'll just make the accusation. When I call them out on it, none of them come up with a cogent answer, and they don't listen. One guy just didn't watch the video, didn't pay attention to what I said, so you know, and a lot that happens a lot more times than I can count. Most people do, but you get people that are just coming by that think they hear something when they don't, or they twist your words completely. So that's a great comment. Thank you, Dan. All right, let's see here. And here we've got the markets moving. Okay, silver now up 1 cent, so rather stabilizing here, but still up a cent to $42.29. Although it's interesting because, all right, what we're seeing here, folks, that 1 cent increase, this is interesting development tonight, folks. It's up 1 cent from the bid price. The close ask price on Friday was $42.25. And the reason why I know that is because it's burned in my memory because of when I talked about on that video about the gold to silver ratio being 1 to 1. This is an interesting thing. The spread has now increased, which means we might have a volatile week. It's 19 cents worth of difference between the bid and the ask. The spread has widened now to almost 20 cents again. The futures market, I have not checked futures price, but look at that. So the 1 cent increase is on the bid here tonight, and now it's down 1 cent. Look at that. Still, it's pretty wild to see down 1 cent, and the spread is now, well, this is interesting. It was $42.29. Now it's $42.22. So, wow, this getting funky here. Like a funky cold Medina, folks. That's right. All right. Let me get over here to you guys. Crazy. All right. There it is. What do you guys think about that as we peruse our way through? So, yeah, with the widening gold to silver ratio, it's going to be a volatile market. And in the poll participants here, we have 183 votes in it. 36% of you believe it will be $43. It'll close right around $43. 20% believe it'll fall to less than $42. 17% think 44, and 26% believe it'll be $45 or more. They're very good. Good to see you guys. Glad you're here with me tonight as we peruse our way through this broadcast. And I'm going to slurp a little coffee here in your honor. Oh, yeah. And there it is. Very good. And I'm glad you guys are here with me tonight. Let's get over here again to our broadcast and see what we've got and what you are saying. We're going to revisit those markets. But again, the gold to silver, or the silver ratio between bid and ask, or the spread, has increased some here tonight. So EC 5957 chimes in and says the following. What he should be doing is thanking you for giving him this valuable information he got. But the silver bug, I don't remember learning about silver in school, college, or from family and friends, etc. So I'm grateful for people like you. Well, thank you, EC. I appreciate that. And I tell you, it is one of the situations where there's a lot of more information coming out. There's more channels like this that talk about precious metals and try to educate and analyze the markets. And so thank you so much for recognizing that and being part of the community. All right, very good. Jake, about capital gains tax video I did a while ago. It's picking up a little bit, I guess, because a lot of people are selling now, so this thing is starting to make the rounds again. What is the tax liability of a $100 bill in your pocket? Cash is king. Under $10,000, that's my 2 cents, but Al Capone did go to prison on an assessment of his net worth. So don't be like Al and be the gray man. There you go. In other words, hold precious metals. Joe Aaron Finn says, a great stacking advice as always. And that being said, I could really enjoy. Wait a second, we have a scammer on a Sunday night. We have to take this. Hello?
Mr. Jim.
Yeah. Tony, what? It's wild hearing from you tonight. What's happening? You made it. You made it. That's right. We scheduled this call for 6:10 p.m. Eastern on a Sunday night, and you called me at exactly that time. You called me right when silver has flatlined here. It's completely flatlined, but that's okay. But the metals complex it is what it is. But you're here, and we're discussing. We're having a good conversation on a Sunday. Now, how's your evening? I'm slurping on some coffee right now. Yes, sir. I like to keep the veins pumped up with some nice beans and coffee that have been ground down and liquefied. You know what I mean? Well, what I do is I close my eyes and then I just kind of just drift off into dreamland. That's how I sleep. It's pretty. That's right. I can drink while I sleep caffeine. That's exactly right. Are you eating dinner there? I heard some dishes toggling there. Tell her I said hello. What's her name? I'm doing just fine and dandy like sour candy. How are you doing this fine evening? Does your husband like to dry or does he wash dishes too or well that's very nice. Take turn washing. Very good. You know what I would if you are a really powerful strong couple, you should wash each dish together at the same time. Well, what it is, you would hold one edge of it, she would hold the other edge, and you would divide the plate into two different zones. Okay. Oh man, that's, I hear you. I that could be a problem. I didn't even assess that. I didn't even take into account that possibility. You know what I mean? Oh yes, this the anti-Jewish stuff. Yes, I did see the art. Fine, that's fun stuff. A great reading. It made me feel all warm. It made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Yes. Well, I think that we should blame the Jews for everything. I like, for instance, this coffee that I'm drinking. The Jews took out all the caffeine in it, and it just made me just think to myself, you know what? I would like to get some caffeine back in this coffee, but I'm afraid that Benjamin Netanyahu is going to come down and strike me dead if I did. Right, right, right,
Because of who they are. I don't like someone because of who they've become. That's
right,
a whole. If my mom and my dad turned out to be, serial killers, then
uh-huh.
it is what it is.
Right,
I'm not like,
right.
oh, well, that's my parents. That's different. No, I don't care if it's race, creed, color, sex, or national origin. It is what you are. What you are. You are who the sum total of what you are. And if you're a fucking asshole, then you're a fucking asshole. No problem.
Or you are what you eat. Like for me, it would be bomb bombs and cocoa pebbles. And coffee. That's right. That's right. Well, very good. Well, let's do this. I tell you what. I think yeah. We got to get back to being good people in general. I think if everybody was a good person, I think that would be much better for the whole world. But let's do this. Let's reconvene on Tuesday at 6:15, and we'll discuss the business side of for the loan. Would that sound good? We'll go through all the questions. I know all the answers, and we'll do that. We'll leave the Jew talk to for another day. Does that work? Yes. Oh, it's insane. The people are celebrating it.
Another in Australia. I mean, people, I cannot believe it. They
Yep.
are unbelievable. There's Korea is saying we are Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie Kirk. I mean, unprecedented.
Yeah.
This guy. It wasn't because what he was such a powerful speaker. It's because of what he stood for and how he was killed. And so many normal people, non-left, non-liberal, dumb fuck, smart people, unlike the dumb fuck crowd of the dark left, they are fascists. They are killers, and they are trying to cause enmity in the United States. I know stuff that blow you away, and I've been doing this for 35, 40 years, man. I'm
Right.
telling you, there's a lot of shit you do not know. A lot.
Well,
Especially if you're a mainstream TV watcher, a news watcher. If you're
yeah.
a mainstreamer, you're totally fooled. You're brainwashed, basically. Because
Right.
it's a
Well, Charlie Cook was a great guy, and he had a great message, and he was very articulate. He could debate anybody on pretty much any subject. I think I've seen enough of his material, and I have nothing but respect for him and his family. And I pray for his wife, and she's going to keep. She's a very strong woman. She gave a great speech, and there's been over 23 or 33,000 different requests at universities across the United States to open up chapters. So it's going to get bigger. Turning Point USA is now going to explode. And what you're telling me about these marches across the world is just another great avenue of what has been awakened here. So that's a great thing. So we agree on that. We agree on that. Yep, he became a martyr. That's exactly right. Yes, sir. All right. Tuesday. Sounds good. Take it easy. Talk to you later. All right. Bye bye. All right. Yeah, I had a debate with him off mic last week about Israel. But anyways, all right. Let's see here. Okay, so back to that. I didn't want to bore you with that too much, but thank you guys for being here. Let's get back to the market, shall we? We can see them there. They're flashing on your screen, and we can see that not much movement. Look at this now, folks. All right, this price right here, $42.22. That's the price of gold per ounce, according to official holdings by the U.S. government. So if you've not seen the video that I posted about that, check it out. That's 1-to-1 with gold. I mean, exactly at this price. But now we're back to normalcy, folks, with the gold to silver, with the spread between the bid and ask price. 12 cents worth of difference there, even though silver closed at $42.25 on Friday. It's up 1 cent. That's an increase in the bid price. I think that's what's happening here. Gold up $1.10. In fact, exact same rate as silver, 0.03%. Platinum is up $2, a tenth of 0.14%. Gold to silver ratio is 86.51. 86.51. So that's what we're looking at there. Let's get into some more comments now, shall we? We got Willa 2365 says this: before you stack gold or silver, be certain you have an emergency fund in fiat to protect your savings. Sal has mentioned this more than once or twice. That's right, exactly. Very good point. Thank you, Willa. That's exactly right. It's always good to have cash on hand. Even though the dollar is losing value, it's eroding away. It is the most liquid of all the assets out there. It's cold, hard cash money. And so that's why it's good to have that to protect your stack for the ultimate emergency or insurance policy. You have to have insurance against your insurance at times. You know what I mean? And that's what cash is there for. It may seem antithetical to what stacking is about, but in reality, it will help protect your stack. Yeah, yes, indeed. All right, Jeff Shaw, maybe he bought paper silver and not physical metals. Yeah, I don't know. My guess is probably he bought physical metals, but because he talked about stacking, but you never know. All right, Mark Williams, Sal, as always, a great show. And along with the up-to-date information on the metals, we all stack and hold. Thank you for your hard work to bring us the truth and opinions. Nice pile of silver, too. Well, thank you, Mark Williams. And I want to take one word out of your comment, which is important. Opinions. I have them. And I express them here on this channel with regards to precious metals and other things. And I hope people recognize that it is just my opinion. You should do your own research and before you buy, before you sell, and before you evaluate even anything with regards to that, because I'm going to have some opinions, and there may be some things that I say as fact that you disagree with. And so if I try to bring you the truth, I do my best to distinguish between what I think is fact and opinion on that. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. Let's do one more and we'll take a look at the markets again, see what you guys are doing or saying here. Again, I apologize. I can't, the way this setup is, I can't really see the chat until I get, scroll over. It's not right handy, so bear with me here. A Robot 1310, I stack silver for my potential future. Hit the fan type of events. If electronic forms of payment goes down, you'll need something to go barter with for food, water, fuel. I invest for the stock market for 10-14% growth. That's where my retirement money is, not silver. Okay, there you go. Yes, a good point. Very, very good point on that. Silver is an investment and is not the best medium. As an investment, that's right. It's not the best medium of an investment. That's why I don't like to look at it as an investment at all. I like to look at it as a hedge against instability, an insurance policy, and a savings vehicle. Okay, now we're starting to see the metals take a different direction now, folks. They're going down a little bit. Gold down 70 cents tonight to $3,644.10. Silver down 2 cents tonight to $42.21. Platinum is now up only $3, and palladium is down $6. So there's where it is. That's what's happening with the metals complex here tonight. A slight downturn after opening up a little bit up. So, it's something to be expected. We're going to see consolidation periods in time with the markets from time to time. It's the way things roll, but very, very good. All right. A lot of good folks with us here tonight. I appreciate you all being here. Look at this, our first super chat of the night. Where is it at here? And I apologize. I'm just now seeing the North Star Stacker with a 5 spot. Thank you, North Star Stacker. Appreciate that, my friend. Check out his channel, by the way. Great member of the community. Thank you so much. All right. And very, very good. Glad you guys are here with us tonight. And by the way, make sure to participate in the poll that I've got where you think silver's going to close by this Friday. All right. Yes, indeed. $15 silver yet. Not quite yet. $15 silver. Good to see who's your stacker. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Check out his channel, too. I think he did a game pretty recently. But yes, indeed. Good to see Noel Correa. Silver's almost wiped out blood from the COMEX and LBMA. I haven't checked those stocks lately. But anyways, good to see you guys. All right. Appreciate you all so much. Elliot Scott, CCT, North Star Stacker is here. Zix Rhodes. I don't know if is JM Unleashed here with us tonight. 79 is here. Appreciate you all joining as we cruise our way through the broadcast tonight of the markets. And we're taking a little bit more of a dip tonight. Silver continuing to fall slightly here, down 0.13%, down 5 cents a nickel, $42.16. Gold down $2.30 for gold, $3,641.10. So there it is. Platinum up 4 now, and palladium down 5. So there that is. Let's get into some other people are saying here. We've got CarWebColivcom says this, to profit in silver, the steps are the same as any asset: selection, acquisition, dollar cost averaging 3, patience of Job, distribution, and sell at retail, and 6, sell to dealers wholesale. 7, no guarantee of covering the premium as one pays. That's right. There's risk involved in it, and those are the basic things for sure. All right, Lulu says here, Sal, it's all your fault. We were not bullish enough. So I just went and sat here on my mattress full of fiat. Now my mattress is flat and worthless. I hear you, right? I love it. We love Lulu Lucky. She's awesome. Thank you, Lulu. Maybe she'll come on tonight. They've got Gordon Clee here. Gordon Clee says, if you don't sell, you don't lose. I never bought coins that have never appreciated and have gone down in value. Oh, wow. Yeah, because he didn't sell. Keep your stack. Don't put everything into metals. A good car, food, water, fuel, medicines, some greenbacks outside of the bank, empty credit cards. Emergency happens. Stop the melt. So there you go. 50 years of stacking. Do not sell. Did not sell during those highs and those previous years. Mine is buried in the dirt. If I die, it'll never be found. A treasure to be found in 1,000 years. Okay, so maybe Gordon doesn't have offspring to send it to. He's just going to enjoy it to the end. Well, that's fine. I do think, don't put everything in metals. And I think it'd be good, maybe, Gordon, if you can't pass it down to somebody else, to take a portion of that and enjoy life. Nothing wrong with that. All right. And I hope you can find a place to pass it down to. All right, let's take this here from Richard Meza on this video from this morning about somebody blaming me for losing money on silver. We live in a generation that is blah. People are always looking for someone else to blame for this and for that because, heaven forbid, they be human and admit sometimes things go wrong and we make our own mistakes. I kid you not. When I was a little kid and something went wrong, I blamed Laverne and Shirley for it, as I needed someone to blame and be mad at. But seriously, I like this channel and the information you provide. However, I watch several channels and get multiple perspectives, and you should, and weigh in on my own smarts and gut feelings as part of the stacking strategy. The new trend, though, and this is why I am proud to be a square oddball, is to not take responsibility for one's own shortcomings and simply blame someone else. I wouldn't worry about it. You do fine and provide valuable information. You've taught me a lot. Remember what Gemini Cricket said: you can't please everyone. That's exactly right. No matter what I say, someone's going to twist it or be offended by something, and I'm trying to remember that because I do tend to be a people pleaser, but I'm learning, especially with this channel, that no matter what you do, what you say, someone's going to be against you in some way, manner, shape, or form. Dennis Tupper, how could he lose money on silver when silver is at its highest level in 14 years? No, I agree with you. And Dennis, I will say that I think I mentioned this in this video. I'm not sure, but that comment is fairly old. But even when it was made, I think silver had gone up fairly much. Let's take a look here. What's happening? Okay, we're seeing the metals kind of subside a bit here, but still to the downside, hovering in around down 5 cents tonight for silver to $42.18 right now. Gold down $2.60. And so there it is at $3,642.20. And the bid price, silver is barely above $42 an ounce. But I tell you, it's pretty amazing that silver is $42 an ounce. It is amazing indeed to see that. Very good. All right. And look at this. We got this in here from Who's Your Stacker? Pull this out. Yes, Silver Stacker Bingo Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, Who's Your Stacker. So check out Who's Your Stacker's channel. It is back. Silver Stacker Bingo Saturdays at 7:30 Eastern Time. All right. Very, very good. Let's see here. Noel Korea. Oh, yes. Yes, that's right. That's right. I thought that name looked familiar. Very well could be him, Noel Korea. I forgot about that. I think we talked about that last time, and he owes me $100 plus interest for a bet we made. So yes, odd guy, and he thought he could come in with. That's right. Thank you for that reminder. Cyber Curtain Twitcher, forgotten about that. Of course, now he's gone because he was called out because CCT called him out on it and I didn't see it. Oh, it's just crazy. Oh, look at this. We've got this now just coming in from Michael K. He sent 5 Salivate Metal memberships across the bow. Thank you so much, my friend. Michael K, look at that. To receive one of those, give him a heartfelt, warm multitude of gratitude. That's great. All right. Very good. And yes, if you're new here, if you would consider subscribing, we're getting very, very close now to 100,000 subscribers. I think we only need about 870,000 subscribers to go before I reach 100,000 subscribers. So only 804,000 subscribers left to get before I get 100,000 subscribers. All right, let's see here. Let's get back to it. Moving on up here, John Hukulak, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, says, there are people who hear what they want to hear regardless of what is said when things happen opposite of what they have in their head. They're quick to blame someone else rather than accept responsibility for their actions. Yet we see that more and more, seems like these days. You're right. Mm-hmm. Grumpy Grandpa says, we don't know what he bought. If he bought some strange 1/2 ounce semi-numismatic coins for $48 an ounce, and then I'm sure he got screwed. That's true, yep. And the guy never responded back or anything, and I think he deleted his comment. I couldn't find it, as I mentioned that in that video. And Dennis also says, you're one of the good guys, Sal. You have been telling people for years to buy responsibly to one's financial ability. That's right, exactly. I've pretty much tried to be consistent in that area, and especially now that I have a sponsorship with a bullion dealer selling metals, I want to be extra careful to be consistent in that regard. So thank you for that. Tim Silva, buying 1 month and selling it the next, or even in a year, is short-sighted. Exactly right. If you're buying at the expense of draining an emergency fund, that's on you. Yep, exactly. Dennis says, man, Sal, you really must have taken this guy serious or it hit home to you. Screw him. Besides, if he go in all in gold now, how old is that comment? Yeah, it is. It is probably a year or so old. It's before the big run up. But I think it's one of those things where there's going to be some people buying now, like much like what they did in 2011, thinking it's going to keep climbing from here, and it could, but it may not. But I want to prepare people if there is going to be a pullback, a substantial pullback, an extended pullback. I kind of doubt it's going to happen, but I tell you what, yeah, in this kind of world, and we've been burned by silver so many times, we should be prepared for any possibility. Eric, is there a lore reason for the voice he uses? Well, it was a typed comment, so I don't know what kind of voice he has. Let's see here. Mark, I know he's talking about me, but I'm being evasive on purpose for that. Mark phenomenon. People are always looking to blame someone else when things don't go their way. Annoys the hell out of me. Crybabies, period. Yes, exactly. Lawrence Montpellier says, tried to watch your channel when silver was $12 to $14 an ounce. Got my Eagle tube, so I may be screwed too. Now it's worth too much to sell. Have a great day. Thanks for the content. I live near Ozarks, and if I run into a werewolf, we'll be glad I got silver. There you go, exactly. So if it was $12 to $14, that likely was 2020 when he started listening, right at that big dip in March of 2020. All right, let's do one more. That want to get back to the markets again here and check them out. Thank you guys for your patience for being with me here tonight. And Fierce Texan, very kind, says 99.6 thousand subscribers. Yes, that's where we're at. Can we please get Sal to 100,000? All right. Yes, indeed. I appreciate it. If you're new here, if you could subscribe, we might be able to get there this week, possibly, maybe even today if enough people do it. So wholeheartedly deserves it as his news, information, analysis is the most accurate out there. Well, I appreciate you're very kind to say that. I don't know. I'm sure I get things wrong, and I do apologize if I do get it wrong in the future. But always fact check me. Let's just put it to you that way. Doesn't hype, doesn't fear, just really gives it to you pretty straight, which is what we the people want, need, and even more appreciate. Whoever the clown is blaming Sal for his bad choices, obviously just upset with himself, trying to blame someone else for their own unfortunate choices at said time. Nobody can make anyone else do anything they don't want to do, as we each ultimately are the captains of our own ships and responsible for our own selves. Yep, you're exactly right, sir. To believe through, though, the longer we can hang on and keep stacking, the better off you'll be. But ultimately, your financial situation and yours is yours alone. Meaning you got to do what you do with your instincts and intuition tells you. Tap into the free thinking and being your own man, and you'll become absolutely unstoppable in this day and age. I love you all, and us stackers are gonna be the new kings of the world. Yes, thank you. And Fierce, you're right. And remember, there's risk in everything we do, financially or otherwise. So just remember that. But with precious metals, it's about risk aversion in the long run. In the short run, not so much, but in the long run, because they have stood the test of time. And as I mentioned in a recent video, uh, you know, we have the Bible and the Constitution on our side as evidence of what gold and silver have been for thousands of years. So silver is now down just 2 cents tonight, so it's starting to pick up a little bit here. It's paring its losses to a degree here. $42.19. Gold down just $1.90 right now to $3,642.90. Platinum up 8 now to $1,410, and palladium is up 2. So there it is. Gold and silver down slightly, and platinum and palladium up slightly. That's right. Let's see here. Let's check in with you guys on the chat side. You guys are awesome here. Appreciate you being with me tonight. Good crowd here. I'm glad you're here with me as we peruse our way through this broadcast here tonight. Neilson Dynasty is here. Ardell is here. Woven Chaos is here. Woven Chaos, good to see you. And Mustard and Biscuits here. All right. Very good. Let's see. All right. Let me get back over here to some of the action and activity in the markets. So there you are. Gold and silver down slightly, and palladium is now taking a fall in the negative territory here. So there's that. Okay, we've got Richard Metcalf. Do a prediction. I can't. I have no idea where gold and silver will be at the end of the year, but I hope it's up. Yes, I know. Be nice to see it go up too, and I think it could go up as well from here. We'll see. RB 1965. I stacked to protect me from the falling dollar, not to make stock like trades. If the dollar collapses, no matter what I pay for my stack, I have something in the end. That's exactly right. You have wealth outside of the system, and that system cannot ignore gold and silver any longer. They can reject it, and they have, but they cannot ignore it. Prospector James Marshall on this video for this morning says, thanks, Sal. Here's how I sum it up for myself. I started stacking 15 years ago because I didn't know how to invest otherwise, and I wanted to protect my money for future buying power. Time has proven I made the correct choice. I think my metals have outpaced inflation, and that is just a bonus for me. Way to go. Well, that's awesome, my friend. Congratulations. And I think probably you're right. From 15 years ago to today, that's probably a good, especially if you bought very, very little in 2011. All right. It really depends on when you buy as to whether or not it'll preserve your wealth. Wicked Sticky Flowers. I heard you say make sure you got an emergency cash buffer. 100 times. Buy responsible. He let the silver money get on his back, and that monkey likes silver. Good video, though. Like the part about you enjoy your fiat while you can too. Spend some on your family, friends, and life. That's right, exactly. Thank you, Wicked Sticky Flowers. I appreciate you watching, my friend. Michael Armijo says, every investment is a risk, but precious metals are a much less of a risk. My philosophy in investing is, with the exception of the dollar, anything that I can physically hold is a very low risk. Crypto is a very high risk, as it is I can get hacked. Yes, that's right. It's pretty risky. I mean, especially now. It's crazy. All right, very good. And we've got this from Richard Metcalf. It's all your fault, every ounce of it. Although I started stacking before I found your channel, you helped me hone in my stacking skills, and I'm on the green. I'm in the green. Or the sun came out this morning, and that's your fault too. There you go. Thank you, Richard Metcalf. You're awesome. Thank you, my brother. Michael also says many people have lost their life savings when they invested in Truth Social and Trump meme coins. Well, you shouldn't go all in on everything. In fact, I bought one of the Trump silver real Trump coins, and then they did the next best thing to a rug pull by limiting the mintage, and then they minted more of them. It was crazy. They shouldn't have done that. Pretty teed off about that. And those things I don't think are worth a whole lot these days, but I wanted to get one because it's the first time ever that a silver round was produced and endorsed by a president of the United States. Bill Arrington, I've been watching your vids for years. You never made me buy silver. You give information, fun, and educational commentaries. I think he has you confused with a pupper channel. Everyone makes their own decisions. You only lose money if you sell it less than you paid for it. That's right. Exactly. Winner adjusted for inflation. But anyways, the guy who was pissed off and should have bought gold is better than silver at investing. Yeah, and gold, has performed quite well. No question about that. And it has performed like an investment over the last couple of years here. Coindom. I'm going to try to barter when it is time to get out of some of my silver and gold. That might not be a bad idea. That's right. Find somebody who do business with it in that regard. Let's take a look at the markets again, shall we? We can see now silver's back down. In fact, it is now down at the lowest for the night so far. It is down 6 cents, $42.17. And there it is. And gold is down $2.10, $2.10 for gold. Platinum is the only metal that's in the green tonight, $1,409, up 7. Palladium is down 7. So there's that. Crazy. Guy Triv 2023. If gold go too high, how can anyone afford for jewelry? If no one can afford, then the price continues to fall again. Well, maybe not, because the central banks keep hoarding it. So I think that, and they'll just use 10-carat jewelry. And most of the jewelry premiums are so far above gold anyway that their premiums might narrow a little bit, or their profit might narrow a little bit, but they'll still sell it, and maybe not too much more than where it is. All right. All right. Let's see here. Good to see you guys. All right. Appreciate you guys being here with us tonight. And we just got this from Chris Harrelson with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Chris. And make sure I didn't miss any more, but thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you, sir. Thank you so much. All right. A $9.99 super chat from Chris Harrelson. Thank you very, very much, sir. Very kind of you indeed. Proud to have you here. And make sure to partake in the poll here. And we got, so far, the majority of you believe we're going to see silver hit at $43 an ounce by this Friday. There are a couple different options to choose from there. Stay tuned for that. So, all right, very good. Let's get back over here to, let's see here. We've got this from T-Man Money. It says here, if silver within range, but not 999 and within approximate range testing on the Sigma, does it make a value difference trying to liquidate? Well, the Sigma, I think you're reading the Sigma wrong. It may be in the yellow area or not quite in the center. It does not mean its purity is not there. It's just it's just one of those things where it's the electromagnetic signature. If you want to get the purity tested, I think the best way to do that is to have it X-rayed, like an XRF machine. That will tell you the purity. So if it's within range, it is probably still 999. So just hope you hear that response to that comment, because that's important to understand. All right, we have this from Orb Miser. Thanks for sharing the story. People never go all in on anything. It's called a strategy for a reason, implying part of a complete plan. I had $4,000 in cash saved. Went in for $3,000 in silver in December with $1,000 emergency fiat funds sitting on my desk. Don't even trust the banks fully. And bought more silver at 1.3K worth from December to April. Still have my emergency fiat fund. Good job. All right, that's great. Silver is not an investment as much as a place to park and a hedge against inflation for me, and a barrier against my impulse itchy buying habits. That's right. I bought at $29 to $38 an ounce. Now sitting pretty with my stack now at or about a 15% buyback value. Would need an unlikely serious crisis drop in spot to be concerned. There you go. So you did it right. That's the way to do it. Very good. And Edward Hughes, rather, says this. I, for one, would like to say thank you, mate. Thanks to you and Silver Slayer. I've got a healthy stack of silver and gold. I'm investing since 2019. My stack is for my daughter, and I personally don't care if silver goes down in the short term. It's just an excuse to buy. Keep it up, mate. Thank you. Right. Very good. I appreciate that, Edward. I'm honored that you're here. Appreciate it very much. CFIP says, if I move to Canada tonight, silver will go to $50 overnight. That's true. You're right. A good point. And Andrew Potter says, I'm here for it. My orders keep coming in. All right. Nice. Awesome. Very cool. Thank you, Andrew. And David Baggins says this. I appreciate your channel. It's solid, and it's solid information. YouTube wiped away notifications, and I remembered after many months and looked you up again. With all the world's news being negative, it's nice to just get information that isn't BS or nastiness. Well, thank you, David. I'm honored and humbled and appreciate you coming back. Sometimes YouTube will wipe away notifications and subscriptions, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not already. Press the notifications bell so that you can be apprised of the latest video that makes its way across your device. And if you do ever get, it's probably a good idea, by the way, I think, to bookmark the channel. To bookmark the channel And that way you can see whether or not you're subscribed or not by coming back to it from time to time. Very good. So yes, to make sure to partake in my poll and see if you agree with Stacker Factor, who believes that silver will reach $44 by this Friday. All right, very good. Paul Tissue is here as well. Elliot Scott is here. Ibg is with us. Silver Shelby is here. Bob Saget is with us tonight. Maria is here. A good crowd with us tonight as we continue to watch these markets. And let's get back over here to it. We've got BJ Stamball. If you look at the 10-year silver chart, silver has never gone below the starting point and has steadily climbed ever since. And the trend is your friend, is living up to its motto. So common sense would dictate that we are going to continue on this ride up, despite the little pullbacks on the way, which are only buying opportunities. Just a little food for thought. That's right. True that. I think, if anything, we're at a point now where the kind of support for silver is rising. In other words, as low as it's going to go is going to be much more higher than the highs we saw just a couple of years ago. Castle Bravo says, nothing will make me stop buying. Harry at the coin shop said he will keep buying if it hits $100 per ounce. At the same time, I was thinking it. All right, there you go. And you know what? I may not buy nearly as much, but I may still buy at $100 an ounce too. And Teban Jose says here, another paid silver miner video. I'm in. Geez, thanks. Make enough. All right, there you go. All right, well paid. It's part of the, don't like it, you don't have to watch it. But yeah, you get people that are always they don't know. They just they're just out there to complain. Almost 100K. That's it. We're getting closer to. Thank you so much. Having a good weekend. Thank you, Silver Shelby. Appreciate that so much. And Angel Eyes. Thank you, Sal. You don't sugarcoat anything. I try not to. I just filed domestic violence, or just fled domestic violence. Wow, Angel Eyes, I'm so sorry to hear that. Man, that has got to be horrific. Can't even imagine. Hope silver goes up. This is my emergency stash. Waiting to go find a place to live, and I pray you can find some place soon. You're the reason I started stacking for an emergency. Wish this never happened. Not wanting to be part with some of it, but I gotta do. Kind of sucks. I understand. Hey, you're in a situation in a bind. Your safety and well-being is the most important thing. So, hang in there, Angel Eyes. Go up environment. It is an environment where a lot of people are thinking it's going to continue to climb for sure. And Bill Button, this is what I was talking about for the past 2 years. Just make sure you're positioned correctly. We have no idea what's coming. But it's about to be glorious. All right, we'll stay tuned. Bob Silver, if Bitcoin could go from 100 to 115,000, I'm sure silver could go from $42 to $50 pretty easily. Well, I think that's not the best comparison to make, Bob Silver. Bitcoin is really the exact opposite of silver. But anyways, but nonetheless, I see your point. Bozo, so he dove headfirst into something he knew nothing about. Yep, I think that's really what it boils down to. You're right. All I can think of about the guy is a quote by a famous rabbit. What a maroon. What an ignoramus. That's right. Very good. Exactly. Maria, I bought about 2 gold coins last week. Wow, way to go. And I only do what I do because of what I know. Do your own research. Exactly. Right. And Bozo says everybody has an opinion like that or something else, and most of them stink. But not buying silver if it spikes at 50 is a very sound opinion. Based on the last 2 times, it almost hit 50. There you go. That's right. Let's see here. And Badalong No Bulge says this. I am buying silver at 53 to 55 an ounce coins, very small choice, and no any silver bars and banks all over the country. Bad situation. I think if it goes higher, we'll get more worth choice. All right. I'm not sure exactly. I get exactly that comment, but anyways, Winter Wolf says if this happens, silver will surge to $50 overnight. So will a loaf of bread and dread for many. Not necessarily. If you watch the video, you'll see how why it's not. That's not the case. Will not be the case. Um, a loaf of bread and dread for many would not happen, especially with that at $42. That's only $8, by the way. And the shock of that is not going to have an impact on bread prices or milk or anything like that, or eggs. B. Taylor, great video as always. Can't wait to see how this meeting goes and the actions that follow. Yes, me too. I'm with you on that. Thank you, B. Taylor. Roadkill, I just need 3 more weeks to buy some more silvers. Then I can hit 50. There you go. Getting our last couple of buys there. Speaking of which, what is the opportunity we're looking at for gold and silver right now? Well, right now it's down slightly, down 4 cents, $42 and 17 cents here tonight for silver, still above 42 in the bid price. And we are seeing there that it is 12 cents for the difference between the bid and the ask price, the spread there. Gold down $2.40 to $3,642.40. Platinum is the only metal that's up tonight. It's up $9. Palladium down 5. Palladium down 5. So there's where that is tonight. All right, then let's get over here and see what you guys are doing over here. How are you doing, everybody? Let's see here. Again, I apologize. I don't have this thing set up where it's hard for me to see your comments as quickly here on the chat side. Zephiel, would you chat with somebody on a live stream or an interview who knew Charlie Kirk about silver and politics? Oh, yeah. I think as long as it's precious metals related, I would definitely do that. But I don't know of anybody who knows Charlie Kirk. So all these reverse ATMs, I'm saying, I've not heard about that, Joey Libs. Reverse ATMs. I don't know what that is. Platinum is more rare than gold, and I think palladium is even more rare. Palladium is even more rare than platinum. There it is. All right, let's see here. Let's get back into the comments and see what's going on with what some of you are saying here. Dr. Doom, always keep cash reserves. Cash should be a buffer to your silver, and your silver a buffer to your gold. There you go, exactly. Gerald Rapper says, the possibility of a revaluation by the end of November. Oh my. Yeah, but that's not what this is about. It's not about revaluation. But anyways, Yasma says here, I think silver will be the second asset by market cap soon, so I see it around $200 conservative. Well, when adjusted for inflation, it would need to rise more than $200 to reach an all-time high. But I don't know how soon you think it's going to be $200, but I think we're quite a ways off for that. Randy Miller, keep on keeping on. I hope $50 is just the start of the greater. $100 would be better as long as it stays where it is and the bottom doesn't fall out like last time I got it. I'm happy I can accumulate a little bit more. Thanks, Sal, for your updates each day. Well, thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. Amen. Possum Catcher has a long comment. Let's get to this, though. And he says this, I don't need to catch the peak. Steady ounces build steady wealth. That's right. I'll just buy less and less silver if it skyrockets, and I'm priced out to buy more if the price goes down. But I keep trying to meet my goal of at least buying and owning 2 kilograms of silver and 1 ounce silver bars and 1 ounce silver sovereign coins as best I can. There you go. Maybe these YouTubers should just cash out their life savings and emergency fund themselves to buy silver ETFs and all the physical silver they can, because they honestly believe silver is going to just start printing money because the price of silver just keeps going up and never goes down. So many YouTubers are so hell-bent on telling us silver is going straight to $500, $2,000 by December. And they honestly believe that. But I'm going to laugh if they do that and lose their butts. Though it makes me really mad because they are getting people to make poor financial decisions at a time when people don't need to be making poor financial decisions. But this is why I unsubscribe to many of these YouTubers and ignore them now. I don't need that nonsense. I'm closing by asking everyone to please do your research. Please be very careful with your financial health. Exactly right. Great comment. And thank you for staying here, subscribing here. AJH says, I'm feeling $50 silver. Woohoo, there you go. Tell you what, it's not out of the realm of possibility in this day and age to think about $50 silver. 1980 and 2011, says Vincent Eo. Now silver price is going for its third time to break through $50 an ounce. All right. Scott Kahala says, I will take a look at it, but it sounds like it's already moved a lot. Might look for a pullback to add. Yes, he's talking about the stock. Yes, probably might be a good idea. And Johnny B says, great video and sharing, Sal. Thank you so much, Johnny. I really appreciate that. Mario says, thanks, Sal. Thank you, Mario, for watching this one. It means a lot that you guys view. If you're not seeing my video this afternoon about what could happen that will cause silver to go up to $50 overnight, and I believe that could happen, but you got to watch that to find out what I'm talking about here. Beautiful bar, Sal. I think a quarter point is already baked in. Yes. A half point will definitely move the market. Indeed. Exactly. Leverage for now, it says don't fight together. Tide says here for liquidity, but then eventually trade only up the 0% threshold in the capital gains tax brackets and or sell in concert with the capital losses. Yes. If you can document those losses, I think that's and gains, that's really the best way to do it. Let's refresh that and pop over here. Look at these leather shoes I just bought. You like that? I love my leather shoes. No, I've never bought these leather shoes. I don't know why that ad's showing there. But I did buy something from Sweetwater. Let's see here. So here's where the market is. Look at that. Gold down just 90 cents tonight. Just 90 cents at $3,642.70. Silver's down 2 cents at $42.19. So there it is. So pairing some of its losses tonight. Yes, indeed. Moving in the upwards direction. Maybe we'll see them go green again. You never can know. Platinum is up $8 at $1,410 even. Palladium down 5 to 12.12. There it is. Yeah, no movement in rhodium's price. But there it is. All right, let's get down on it. Let's see what we've got with some of these comments that have made their way through, and then we'll check in with you guys. Mr. Todd DeLarone, stay away from those TV commercials telling you are selling you highly inflated precious metals. That's right. They hurt the markets too much, especially when companies giving you free gold or silver. It's foolish to think you can get something from a company free. That's right. Exactly. Do your own homework. And John Pensky says, a risk and reward. It's the cornerstone of capitalism. You take the risk and you hopefully get the reward. And generally, the more risk you take, the greater the potential for reward. Chances of winning the lottery are tiny. It's a massive risk of loss, however. If you win, you can become fabulously wealthy, which is why people do it. Whatever you do with your money, your time, your energy, etc., there's always a risk. That's right. Thank you, John. Well said. Tony Morrison. I like Sal's channel, and I believe him to be a straight shooter and an honest commentator. I think many folks don't take to heart the advice that many channel hosts advocate, and that's a do your own due diligence. That's right. Thank you so much. All right, then let's check in with this comment here quickly. This is from CT87. Well, I can dream of hoping in my time machine and going back to the 1920s and buying as much gold as I can to fit said time machine and come back with the present. Of course, I'll have to pay for that gold with silver dollars, but that's okay too. Looking forward to see where PMs go after the Fed drops interest rates. Now I could only stop in late 1969 and buy me 1970 Hemi-Cuda convertible. Sounds cool. That sounds really cool. Hypersonic bullion. I've always loved that name. Anyone who blames another for their decisions is a child. Hope he doesn't get in trouble from mommy and daddy for spending that money. That's exactly right. A great comment. Really good comment. James Rashbrook, 9485 says, you can't lose because silver is a physical asset you hold in your hand. Sometimes spot goes up, sometimes it goes down, but you'll always have the metal. Exactly right. Measure wealth in ounces more so than the dollars that are attached to them by the market. I see silver and gold are still on the upswing. Too much happening in the world right now. Exactly right. Johnny B, never invest in more than you can afford to lose in something. That's exactly right. Exactly right about that. Let's get back over here and see. And some of you guys are saying here, good crowd with us tonight. Appreciate you guys. Slurp on my coffee. Got a frog in my throat. Jay Alicia's here. Good to see you. And let's see here. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's get back into it again. We've got John Knox, poor Sal, getting the blame for someone else's decisions. That's right. Sure am tonight. Greg McCausland, wake me up when it hits $1,000. All right. Well, you'll be sleeping a long, long time. Bill Arrington, what goes up must come down. I'll be listening while cooking tonight as usual. All right. And tonight it is down slightly. Is this a hint of something to come with the markets? I don't know. But I think either way, I believe we're going to see essentially higher floors, higher support for silver from here on out. In other words, gone are the days of $20 silver, I think. I think gone are the days of $24 silver. I think we're past that now, no matter what happens. Platinum is up $11 right now. Pretty crazy. All right. Leonard Bogart says $50 is definitely going to be a sell-off point. I know it's been in my plan for over 5 years. Okay. All right. So some people think that they want to get out at $50. I mean, I would encourage you to hold on to a good portion of your stack, even as you contemplate this. Sell off some of it if you want. But I think if you do consider selling, you should do your research there before you do that, and check out Summit Metals as well. They actually will buy from you. Ominous Rooster says, I know people who got into PMs and was thinking they were going to make money in a short period. Well, they aren't buying PMs anymore. They're into fart coins. Good luck, and I hope you find your unicorn at the end of the rainbow. There you go. Exactly. Thank you, Ominous Rooster. Well said. Wicked Sticky Flowers, can you do a video on how to buy mining stocks? I never bought a stock. Yeah, well, you're going to use the OTC markets, the over-the-counter markets, just like you would buy any other stock on the exchanges. You just search the ticker symbol, and I posted the ticker symbol on this one. So check that out, and then you just buy your shares like you would any other stock. Well, of course, you've never bought a stock before. Then you just have a pool account you pull from, and that's tied to your bank account, and then you can make that trade. But thank you, Wicked Sticky Flowers. And Mark Hazley, on this video from this morning, says this. I was blamed for not making hardly any profit on helping to manage a child's inheritance. When I was determined the final markup, when I was going to be asking the transfer to the child's upon reaching the age determined for the payout, the price had dropped from 28 ounces for the silver I set aside for her to 21 or so, and they freaked out, even though I advocated just waiting a few years for the price to recover. They were livid, and the child didn't get much of immediate cash in value as the older child a couple years earlier. I don't hear any apologies now, and the price is well above $28. If they had waited a couple years, people get very emotional about cash value when the dollar continuing to evaporate for storing wealth over time. You're right, Mark Hazley, and the thing is silver is one of those things, especially if they're come of age where they can take advantage, they should just hold on to the silver. They have nothing but time on their side, so they should have taken your advice, Mark Hazley. Exactly. As long as I've been watching your channel, I've never heard you suggest to anyone to go all in on any metal, especially silver. Thank you. Thank you for recognizing that. I appreciate that. Jade DeFright. It says here, a loss or a gain will not be realized until the asset is sold. If the selling price is lower than the price paid to buy it, then there will be a loss. If the selling price is higher than the price paid to buy it, then there will be a gain. For example, 1964, a buyer could go into the bank and buy a roll of 20 freshly minted uncirculated Canadian half dollars at face value for $10. That roll is now worth $305.20. And the price of silver is $42.20 per ounce as of September 12th. Furthermore, the roll will never be worth less than $10 because it is legal tender. That's right. Exactly right. Thank you, James O'Neill Brown, for the algorithmic emoticons. I see them, and I appreciate you doing that for sure. And let's see here. John Mercetti, yesterday I bet on a 1/2 ounce or 1/2 point cut and bought 100 Britannias at $1.78 under spot. Private sale. I'll keep stacking. There you go. Rip Charlie Kirk. That's right. Thank you. All right, let's take a look here, see if we're going to see silver pop up. No, it is down. Still down, but not by a whole lot tonight. Only down 3 cents at $42.18. Gold is down $3 at $36.40. Platinum is the only metal that's up. It's up $7. Palladium is down $6. Very, very good. Let's go over here and see what you guys are doing. You guys are great. Thank you for being here tonight and popping through here. Sorry, I'm not able to see the chat as often as I usually can. So I apologize for that if you said anything to me, but you guys are awesome. Appreciate you being here. There is Yankee Stacking is here. Is Sal okay? Yes, I'm doing great. A different location here, so the audio might sound a little different. But we are here. And good to see America first. Good to see you guys. Appreciate you guys being here tonight as we continue to press on forward with this market watch. Yes, indeed. And let's see here. And let's see. Let's get back into it again. See what we've got here with more comments from you guys. Where are we at? Let's see. Okay, we've got Chris Kosh. I'm looking for triple-digit silver, so buy it while you can get it. There you go. That's right. Buy it. Well, and the thing is that I would look at it this way. When you say looking for triple-digit silver, do you mean hoping for it or betting on it? I would not bet on it. But I'd say that, buy it not just because why you can get it, but buy it because it's going to preserve your wealth over the long course of time. Not that it's going to make you any set amount of money. It's not about making money with silver. It's about preserving the money you have soundly because silver is sound money. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. Moments in trading. That guy should take self-responsibility for his loss. Yes, I agree with that half-heartedly and wholeheartedly. I believe that. Thank you, Moments in Trading. For Wills from Rob, a half-point rate cut would also send the stock market soaring as well. Actually, not in this case. Well, maybe it would in this case. I stand corrected. That probably would send it soaring in this case. You're right. I think it would. Yep, you're right. Gary Lynch says, when I make money, I praise myself. When I lose money, I blame myself. The only rational approach. Exactly. Well stated. Vancouver, I know where to get a lot of PGMs, easy as pie, totally free. All right, I would love to know. I'm curious. I hope you will respond. I would love to know where to get a lot of PGMs free, easy as pie. Other than stealing them out of people's cars, and the catalytic converters. But I'm interested. All right. Smar 5812 on this video from this afternoon says, when the government proposedly tanked the dollar and economy to try to force a rate cut for the personal financing and business interest while screwing over 99% of the population, not names Bezos, Zuckerberg, etc. We the people are screwed. Yep. In conjunction with big business is a bad idea. And I don't like that Trump is trying to buy 10% of Intel. Bad move, I agree. What a display of shiny silver bars. I love those kind of bars. Time will tell how we'll evolve. Thank you. Appreciate that. Glad you. I try my best to showcase some cool silver on there, so thank you for that. Stop the melt. Thank you, Gen X Stacker. Yes, indeed. Exactly. Yeah, I haven't heard anything more about the San Francisco Mint closing, but it'll be very interesting to see. I've tried to research this topic more. I've not seen anything more on it officially. Gordon says here, SOS, buy what you can, protect your wealth, keep your stack. That's right. Exactly. Zephiel, when you talk with someone from Turning Point Action about silver and Charlie Kirk, perhaps get a younger person's perspective. Yes, I just don't know of anybody that's theirs. If I knew somebody that knows or knew Charlie Kirk from Turning Point, of course I would love to talk to them. All right. Let's see what we've got here with the markets. Silver down 2 cents, $42.19. Gold down $3.50. Yeah, I tell you what, silver's kind of holding on. We saw a low tonight of $42.01 in the bid price, where it was down 6 cents an ounce. But there it is now. Platinum is the only metal that's up. It's up $10. Palladium down $5. So there that is. All right. Let's see here. Jeff Shoe Smith, you only lose if you choose to. You decide when to sell. I could have a lot of gold and I bought near the top in 2011. Everyone telling me to sell back in 2015. I told them gold will have its time again. I could have lost thousands, but now that purchase is worth close to 150% more than what I paid for in 2011. That's right. You decide to win or lose. That's right. You decide to do that by having a protection. You protect your stack with cash on hand. William Bill Money says here, let me get this here. He says, I blame you, mister, for keeping me interested in silver. And well, you and the guys at Harry's Coin Shop, where I once lived in Oregon. It all began 3 years ago, yet I'm still sitting on those rounds, rare coins, and other items of value purchased within reason. I even bought one coin at $1,800 an ounce, and it has doubled in just a few years. Way to go. And someday, far off in the future, that money I set aside will have held its value or increased. And you, mister, are partially to blame for the interest gained. Well, thank you. I'm honored. Thank you for holding our attention and the metal head banging at the start of every video. Much appreciated. Thank you, William. I appreciate that, sir, and congratulations on your stacking journey. That is great. Hobo Bill says people who say they lost money buying silver do not have a long-term plan and should not have been buying silver in the first place. That's right. Yeah. Well said. Modus operandi says, sorry, we can't hold his hand. He's a crybaby. Yes. Yep, I agree with that. And Bikini Woman says here, I imagine this disgruntled, angry person who blamed you probably did not do any research on buying and selling silver. I watched at least 100 videos from various channels before I started my stacking journey 8 years ago. No one going all in on buying silver should do it without full knowledge of the facts. I never brought metals as an investment, always as a way to preserve my wealth, knowing full well the buyback price is not the retail price. Sal, you have always told us this in your videos. Like, always give the best advice. Well, thank you. And I tell you, there's only really one channel that I know of that is not around anymore because he's self-imploded, that was telling you that the gold to silver ratio was going to be 1-to-1 and you should go all in on silver. Silver was only, and specifically to buy his silver, by the way, which he still produces. There's only one channel, and that guy's been gone, has pretty much been laughed out of the community, and rightfully so. Russell Ream, metals are holds. If people buy and are looking for profit next month, they will be disappointed. Exactly right. $42 silver is better than $10 silver. If you remember those days, then you know. I do remember those days. You're right. Speaking of which, what do the days look like now? Silver's down 4 cents. Down 4 cents to $42.17. There it is. So there's that. Let's see here. Light on the subject here. And so, yeah. Now, as platinum is up $9, it's the only metal is up $14.11. And gold is down $2.90. $2.90 there for gold. And let me come and visit you guys a little bit here. What's going on? You guys are still here. 8-inch Destroyer is here. Welcome, 8-inch Destroyer. Good to see you tonight. Bob Saget is still here. North Star Stackers with us. Dennis Niemeyer, Greg Olson. You guys are awesome. And let's see here. Who else is with us? We've got that. Yeah, I kind of thought so too, Hoosier Stacker. I thought the markets would be a little bit more active tonight. It's kind of quiet night in the markets. I don't know what the volume. We'll look at the volume here in a moment, see the volume of trading. But yes, indeed. Let's see here. Let's see here. That's right. Chris Harrelson, I agree with that. Melt, scrap, copper, zinc, aluminum, cast iron, and metal alloys like brass, but not junk silver. Exactly right. Exactly. Good to see Elliot Scott. Matt Wingy is here. Good crowd with us tonight. Appreciate it. If you've not subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel. Post daily videos, do these market watches every Sunday night. And I hope the audio quality might be a little different. I hope it's not too bad, but a little different places here. Jay Unleashed is here. Good to see Jay. Give it a couple hours. Usually the volume picks up around 9 p.m. Eastern. Yes. Yeah, good point. Of course, I'll be off by then, but Ray Gilgreth is still here. Good to see you guys. All right. Hello, DWD. So let's get back into it. And we've got a quarter. I like silver, but going in on anything is a fool's ploy. Any purchase can turn south. Got to start slow and never overextend yourself. That's right. Exactly. Never overextend yourself. And as a rule, I only spend half of my silver savings at a time. I don't know if that's my strategy. There you go. All right. Thank you, quarter. And Tile the Man says, until precious metals are part of everyday life again, we still need cash dollars for everyday life at the moment. That's right. You're exactly right. Kevin Hickey. Sound, nothing you have ever said should have encouraged someone to go all in on silver. Hope you don't beat yourself up over because of a smooth-brained individual's bad decisions. Or it's a bot troll. Yeah, nope, I'm not that beat up over. I wanted to basically bring it out as a lesson, a teachable moment, if you will. It really didn't bother me a whole lot. Jeff Welch, that's sad. You can only blame yourself for how much silver or gold you buy. That's right. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, sir. All right, we've got John Powers. I don't think we've seen John Powers in a while. Welcome back. As strictly a gold stacker until approximately 2 years ago, I made a silver purchase, 250 Silver Eagles at $33 plus $4.50 until this January, 500 Silver Eagles at $30 plus $4. Not a very smart deal, but doing the math, now I'm up approximately $5,000. I'm blaming you, Sal. Well, at least you are the only one of the shows I listen to. My point is, even if you don't make the best deals, time will fix it. That's right. Gold has been a different experience. I've been stacking gold for many years, and I'm going to say it's yowza. Wow. Now, again, that's going by the U.S. dollar. That's a different story altogether. That's true. Well said. Thank you, sir. Menard, 1986. Only been stacking for 3 years, and I'm in the money already. Don't overpay. Don't overextend. Stack cash and precious metals, ammo, food, and just stack anything of value. That's right. Be diversified in more ways than one. And sound and sage advice, indeed. All right, got to have an exit strategy. Go on purchase. Always have some side money to get by until next check. Income, utilities, groceries, etc. What's left over in metals. Follow that formula until you won't screw yourself. Sit and wait. As price rises, don't buy it immediately. Sell to coin chop. You'll definitely lose. That's right. Buy low, sell high. Seek out good deals that are automatically flipped for profit straight off the back. Got to be able to hold strong. That's right. And, yep, good advice. Hey. All right. So good comments on the videos as of late here. We got Samar. It's a typical loser today. Blame others for their own decisions. I've collected coins for 50 years, and yes, have both gold and silver. I've sold and bought time and time. Today, people want a quick score, but don't understand it's never been about getting rich quick and quick flipping. It doesn't work that way. Yes, I've been able to flip numismatic coins I bought in cheap at the auction here and there and found big coins at the LCS or auction that were missed by sellers. But more people are buying bullion. Its price is based on spot whatever precious metal is. Paying huge premiums on bullions is just wrong. Yes, that's right. Yep, you should look for the best deals possible out there. Dad's Junk says nobody should blame anyone for things like this. People these days want guaranteed money and want someone else to tell them how to get it. If you have to research and do what you think is best, there are no guarantees in life. That's exactly right. Revenant Dancer, but they already built in 25 sounds to 50 sounds like gossip, and that would indicate they made a mistake, and made mistakes are bad. Yes, that's true. You're right. Arrows 13 Audios. I have had stacked 1,000 ounces of silver that's been simply sitting there for more than 10 years. I could cash it out, but I already know cash is trash, and buying a $40,000 new Honda Toyota car is not ideal for me. Either cars are desperate as well, and in California, $40,000 is a down payment for a house is not a realistic either in this current inflated home prices. Yeah, you got to look at other factors too. You're right. Good point. Alan Church, with all these ability to do with research and evaluate your own circumstances, any decisions we make after that are our own responsibility. As we say here, you did it, you own it. That's right. Let's see what the markets are doing now. We can see that silver is down 4 cents, $42.17. As we look at the volume in the market here so far, there is not a lot happening in the volume here tonight so far in this area right here. So maybe Jane Elise is right. It'll pick up later in the night at around 9 p.m. Eastern after I'm off here. Silver Sleuth. What does Silver Sleuth have to say? Well, let's find out. Paper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Sal, this particular individual probably sent the same message to other silver channels, likely so. You can't fix stupid. Drive-by viewers hear what they want, and many don't be ready to go all in on anything except maybe self-pity. That's true. Good point. I'm happy with the modest stack of silver I have. That's right. And always good to be happy with what you got because it's a lot more than others have. Good point indeed. Now let's get down some of these others, see what we've got here. Ludo says, funny video that you take your time to react to this kind of absolute stupidity. I bought some silver in 2011 at $31.10. Looking at 31 euro rather. Looking at hindsight, not the smartest decision ever, but the only one to blame for that is me, myself, and I. By the way, gold, at the first time, 36,000 euros per kilo, especially CA. Anyways, you win some, you lose some. But if you start to blame YouTube channels, you're off the rails. That's right. Thank you, Ludo. Well said. Chetko Koki says this. He probably thought the crappy silver and holiday celebrity stamping they call collectible in rounds finds it's worth half the price they come to sell it quick. Yes, perhaps so. Let's look over here and see what we've got here from folks over the past couple of minutes here. Popping in here. We have got a lot of good folks here. Glad you're with me now. Sorry if I'm not able to respond to some of these chats here. Have a good night, Cyber Curtain Twitcher. But I'm glad you all are here with me tonight as we continue to move on through this broadcast. Thank you, James Elise, for posting a link to Cyber Curtain Twitcher's channel. Oh, yeah. So we're doing it. We're doing it here as you watch these markets move tonight. It's interesting. So far, it's been a fairly quiet night, but it may pick up later in the broadcast. See? But you guys are great, and I thank you for sticking with me here. Things are a little different here, so I'm not able to get to see the chat as often as I'd like. Going back and forth here, as you know, so we'll get back into it. Let's see what some of these other comments are saying. We've got Maria Langley on this video from this morning. Kind of a hot topic here. Not your channel. Too many channels pumping. I've complained to these channels about their constant pumping. I bought long ago and just add a little weekly, so it makes no difference to stack in value overall. Us regulars know you give warnings regularly. Thank you, and I appreciate that, Maria. Very kind of you. Crypto Cole. Rodent. Rondon says, how could anyone lose money in silver over the last 3 years? Yeah. Well, I think probably they bought a whole lot of it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know when they bought it. There's just so many questions to ask, but they've deleted their comment now. Carrie Taryn says, if I sold all my silver, sure, I would lose money on some of my purchase, but that's not on anyone but me. I chose to buy certain collectibles that I will probably never get my money back when I sell. I've made that choice and still love them. They are my perma stack. Some I thought were horrible buys and turned out to be not so bad after a few years. No one put a gun to my head and said, you have to buy this. Take responsibility for your own life. Exactly right. Well stated. Reverse proof says, proof positive that the government cannot do whatever they want. And the free market should set prices, and $42 is not it. That's right, exactly. Danny Huscheldorf chimes in with this and says, could also be this person found out that the metal business the hard way. He paid a premium for his silver, but when he sold, they offered him under spot. It happened to me when I was thinking about selling a few ounces of gold, 5, 7, 10% back of spot. No way. The reality is it's rare to find a brick and mortar shop willing to pay spot for gold or silver, especially in this day and age. You're exactly right. Thank you, Danny. How could you lose right now? Exactly. And I think this is probably a comment where, he had bought and sold quite a while ago and coming back to express his frustrations. James, PM is not a get-rich-quick scheme, unlike crypto. Exactly right. Well stated. You're right about that. Yesterday's hero. SM is educated on SM's opinion is good. My only disagreement concerns BRICS futures impact on the dollar and PMs. Yes. Yeah, and I don't know. We'll see how the BRICS futures impact on the dollar and PMs. It's we've not heard much about them lately, although there are other organizations that may be a bigger threat than BRICS. Maria says there are good channels, and there are the ones that are educational channels, not pumpers. Yes. Yep, there's a variety of different channels. You're right, Maria. Wes, it's not for the long run haul. It's in the short win. Sorry if you don't understand this. Get out. That's right. Exactly. It's for the long haul. Exactly right. Happy Mac here says, I have no idea what this guy is talking about. Silver and gold are a hedge against inflation. That's it. I never purchased any metal that I thought I would make money on. That would be foolish. I've never sold any of it, and I've been buying since 2014. It's not much, as I have a tiny budget, but it certainly hasn't lost any value. Exactly right. Well stated. Well stated. Grazzy Osborne's, as in any investment, don't invest more than you choose than you can lose and being for the long run. I do so my kids have something. Plus, I love holding it in my hand and looking at the beauty of it. I do too. It is beautiful. You constantly preach to us, do not sell. If you lost money, that is completely on him. That's right. Yep. Hold on to a big portion of your stack if you can. Let's check in with you guys. Hey, we just got this here. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, let me see here. Where is it? Tucson Bubba. And again, I'm sorry, I've missed some of these. Tucson Bubba with a 5 spot. Thank you, a slurp in your honor. From Tucson Bubba. Thank you, Tucson Bubba. Appreciate that so much. Very kind of you, sir. Good to see you, by the way. And let's see here. Oh, yeah. Very, very good. Good crowd with us tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure, let's see what the poll results are so far. We have got 33% of you believe that silver will reach $43 by this Friday. 23% believe it'll fall to under 42. 19% believe 44, and 24% believe 45 or over. So The majority of you feel it's going to go up at some point, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Thank you guys for participating. 529 votes on that. Very, very cool. And let's see here. Let's get back into let's see here. LCP crypto buying. Gold and silver, sometimes it's 20 years to move, sometimes less. Like all investments, it should be gradual bull, and I think this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Investing can lose your money with all investments. That's exactly right. You can. Zephyr, my biggest getting screwed in silver was going after modern collectible stuff, and other than spot and silver weight. And even then, I think I'm doing well. That's right. Yep, I'm with you on that. Big J rolling. Let me see if I can do something real quick here. I'm gonna see if I can turn on. There we go. Okay, it's a light subject. I can't get the thing I was trying to get work here. Only a fool goes all in. Anyone who's been listening to Sal and other responsible PM channels has been told multiple times to dollar cost average in and dollar cost average out. That's right, important. Dollar cost averaging out. Very good point. Silver is not an item you flip. It's a multi-year plan. That's exactly right. Gray Wolf here says, I closely follow your channel as well as a dozen others. I process the information that I've been given and apply it to in a financial situation, current budget, and investment plans. I'm doing just fine with my silver stack, and I'm in the black. Way to go. That's awesome. Then again, I don't have an IQ that's 10 points below the plant life, so you probably never receive an email from me accusing you of leading me down the path of financial ruin. Stay cool, my friend. Thank you, Grey Wolf. Yes, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that very, very much. Let's take a look at the markets now, shall we? It's been a little while since we've done that. They are indeed looking down. Silver is down 4 cents, so volume's low, not much happening, but it's down slightly here tonight. Gold down $4.70. Platinum is the only metal that's up $8.14. Palladium down $4. So there it is. All right, very good. And let's get more into some of these comments here and see what we've got. The user A9, I started buying silver years ago, partially due to Sal's influence. The gains are all his fault. There you go. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. JF Enterprise here on this video says, if he was going to short game it and buy the ETFs, SLV, otherwise you're an idiot. Physical game is long term. I don't know how he lost, but maybe $2 on a loss selling soon after buying. Maybe his shop sucks too. Yep, that's right. Yep, it very well could be the case. That's indeed very well could be the case. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let me see here. So Bill Stack says here, or Bill Stasic, rather, isn't it quite possible to lose money stacking? Only spend what you can afford and only sell when you're happy. Metal is not instant wealth yet. That's exactly right. It is not instant wealth yet. Very, very true. Okay. Mr. CERN, 1016. So go by the nearest federal bank and see if they will exchange your silver for equivalent in gold. Yes. Yep, they won't do it. In fact, no bank will even touch gold and silver. Javier Corral says, if this person lost money in silver, it's because he bought it one day and sold it the next at a pawn shop. Yes, that's right. I think so. Made bad decisions. Yesterday's people can learn from this channel and others. Blaming is typical of most unsuccessful people. Yes, you're right. Thank you, yesterday's hero. Appreciate that. Hopefully we'll get through this video's comments here pretty soon here. Bear with me. How much is all in? Because precious metals are not a get-rich-quick store of wealth. Yes, I guess it's everything, right? Tiki Tave, some people tend to blame their shortcomings on anything but themselves. Yep, they sure do. You are right about that. You can pull gold out of the ground rivers for free. That's true. Just takes a lot of time and energy and effort. Indeed, it does. Edwin Tan says, "Hey Sal, good morning. Congrats on 99.6 thousand subscribers. Looking forward to 100K. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, Edwin Tan. Getting closer. Who knows? I don't. We may get there this week. It is possible. If I can get one or two good videos this week with a lot of views, we could get there." Gold and Silver says, "Yes, I blame you, Sal. Thanks for the money you helped me make. It's almost all your fault." There we go. Well, thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. Thank you, Gold and Silver. Educate yourself. That's right. That's what the key is. Education is important. Ben Zagel says here, physical silver is not an investment. That's right. Like you said, it's real money savings hedge against inflation. People shouldn't be buying it as a trade. Maybe you can do it with ETFs as a trade, but it's purely for savings. That's right. Ryan says here, considering the phenomenon for metals, I'd imagine you'd have to try pretty hard to lose money. It all depends on what he was doing. Yes, exactly. Rick reckons sounds like a day trader. Gone up 44% last year. That's right. Exactly right. And we've got Will Divids 5569 says, as a young kid, I remember that the real coins ended in 1964. 40% halves, 1965, 69 were still made. That was not good enough signal for anyone. Well, that is okay. A 1964 dime is worth a gallon of gas in 2025. If you don't understand that, you can't be helped. That's true. You're right. JSL, no punctuation shows he didn't do any research. That's right. Yep, that's right. There's no punctuation in this thing there. That's why we refresh this. Let's take a look at the markets here again. All right, silver falling a little bit more now tonight. Down 0.17%. That's a 7-cent drop to $42.14. Barely above 42 in the bid price. Gold is down $5 tonight to $3,638.40. Platinum is still up 8. Palladium down 4. So there it is as we impress upon the markets here tonight as we move through more of these comments in the same video. A lot of those I have not answered. Hopefully get through some of those tonight here. But before we do that, let me say hello to you guys. Who else do we have here? Oh, look at this here. Sell, Mortimer, sell. In March, Mrs. Mortimer and I asked you all to pray for our 20-year-old son, Cormac, who had just joined the U.S. Army. I'm happy to say he graduated airborne training this week. Next up, PSYOP training. Thank you all. Congratulations to your son, Cormac. That is awesome. And thank him for his service to the country. Thank you, Sal Mortimer Sell. Very kind of you indeed. Wow, that is wonderful news. That is what a blessing. That is so awesome. Very, very good. I'm trying to see if I miss anything else. Just Tucson Bubba. And also, just after that, we have Hoosier Stack with a 5 spot as well. Thank you, Hoosier Stacker. Says, I blame Sal and everyone else in the coin community for protecting my wealth. Exactly. Thank you, Hoosier. You were the man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Hoosier Stacker. And again, congratulations to your son for his graduating airborne training. That is quite an accomplishment. And pray that all goes well with the next levels here, the PSYOP training and the like. Very, very cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. All right. Let's see here. Do you have a shredder made out of gold and silver with rhodium strings? Oh, man. I do not. I'd like to get that. Something like that would be very cool. Thank you so much, Silver Ice. I appreciate that. I got some flack for that, but hey, they got to prove it before I can do it. Trying to, it's a trying to. But anyways, but thank you, Silver Ice. I appreciate that. Learn from you. Silver Ice has got some great titles too. Thank you. All right, let's get back to the comments. See here, Roadkill. I started stacking probably 5 months ago. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life, and it's changed all my habits, everything I took and look at in silver and gold, and I have built up, stack, and beat a lot of bad habits. Well, that is awesome, Roadkill. Way to go as a new stacker. And I think he's been on some of the live streams too. So thank you, Roadkill. That is awesome. All right, Winter Wolf. You hold it, you own it. You let go, it's only on you. That's right. Thank you, Winter Wolf. Well said. Same name says someone should have told him to stack wooden nickels. Exactly. Exactly right. Mike's Bookie says here, who is losing money on silver right now? Yeah, well, and again, I think I mentioned in the video that was from a while ago, but still, yep, that's right. LC Flooring, you're one of the best. You never say $500 silver by the end of the year. That's right. I try not to. I may talk about others who say that, but I always try to keep things in perspective. And thank you for that. All right. Donald D says here, I'm sorry you had to be the one to blame. You are to be commended for taking the time and parsing your words so well to be considered. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very much. Daniel Bast probably bought it and tried to sell it weeks later. Yeah, perhaps so. That's right. Let's see here. And Joe Cavies with a thumbs up on this, and I appreciate that, brother. And Dennis Niemeyer, what a bad comment. He can't blame anyone but himself for putting all of his eggs in one basket. Thank you, Sal, for your informational videos. And thank you, Dennis Niemeyer. Appreciate that so very much. And Daniel also says, I absolutely cannot complain. It's a double what I paid for most of my stack. I've not bought in the last couple of weeks because I've been waiting for a correction that hasn't come. Yes, and I hear you. And we got a little bit of a correction here tonight, but not a whole lot. He needs some more milk. That's right, exactly. All right, I'm going to go through some of these pretty quickly. Your videos are grounded, and that's a lot of hype on some channels. Thank you, Mr. Period, for that. I appreciate that very, very much. Alpha the Rock says here, never put every buck on one card. I always got fiat money for my live. Don't want to touch my gold and silver. My plan is to hold it. There you go. Wise words indeed. And here we've got Who's Your Stacker, who just commented on this video too, says, people need to remember that you do not invest in tangible PMs. Instead, you use PMs to preserve and protect your wealth. Hands down, that's exactly right. Stack slow, stack steady, and always stack within your budget. Also remember that there's more to stacking than just PMs. That's right. Stack your preparedness, as Who's Your Stacker says. That's the way to do it. Well stated indeed. All right, while we wait for those to load, let's get over here. All right, now silver's down even more a little bit tonight. Yes, it is down 8 cents. Gold down $5.30. So there it is. Platinum is up 7. Palladium down 8. So there's where the markets are right now. And let's go through some of these here. Andy says here, I truly did panic. I thought Trump did it. I got left out. I'm buying 2 grams of gold tomorrow. $183 a gram. All right. There you go. Hope you can get a good deal on it. It still seems a little bit expensive for a gram, but we'll see. Stephen says silver is money and Federal Reserve notes are just currency and based off of debt, not money. Money can be printed, only dug up, refined, and minted. Well, I don't want to get into a debate about that, but I'll just put it to you this way. There's sound money and unsound money. We know which one is which. Shane Jones, I just started buying silver again. I think once it breaks and holds above 50, 55, 100 will happen very fast. Okay, we shall see. We shall see. Winston Wolf, they won't like it, Sal. They won't like it. They won't like the title, Sal. They don't like them. They can't handle the cold, sharp steel. That's the thing. That's right. They sure can't. Barry says here, I traded World Silver, Phil, Britannia's Cooks and more for gold. I only have American coins in my stack. More liquid to sell in emergency situations. So many economists paying. Many interest rate cuts are coming, starting with the Fed this week. A lot of people are stacking on a budget now. Inflation is real. Gold is going up after the cuts. 36.60 is cheap compared to the bull run that is coming. Might be right. We'll see. We will see. All right, Jeff Lynch. Anybody who loses money in silver is to blame because they couldn't hit water if they fell out of the boat. Gold and silver are on the way up. That's right. But Kathy says, who did he blame when he lost his money in crap coins? Yeah, well, I don't know if he put any money in it or not. I'm not sure. But anyways, yes. Another angry boomer. Perhaps could be the case. Yes. And Jim says here, most sellers won't even give you spot price. It's a huge scam. Well, it's not a scam. If you understand the markets and how that work, it's not a scam. All right. Donald says here, it's sad to lose realizing you have nobody to blame but yourself. I'm sorry that a listener had to look at you to blame. Appreciate your information. Thanks for your video. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And Roadkill, yes, sir, brother. I'm so excited about Meadows right now. It's unbelievable time. I think you meant to say metals. But thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And Andrew, 6042. How can anyone lose money selling silver right now unless you horribly overpaid or bought during the narrow window long ago when the price was briefly higher than it is right now? Exactly. Yep. I tried to. Gerald, excellent video. Muchas gracias. Well, thank you so much. Talks about gold, silver in the end. Thank you. I can't pop in there. Let's refresh this again. Pop on over here, see what we've got in the metals complex here. Down 9 cents. It continues to fall here tonight. It's crazy. $42.12. Gold down $4.50 tonight. Platinum up 7, and palladium down 4. So there that is. Oh man, crazy. All right. And let's get over here and see what some of you guys are saying here. And what do we have here? You guys are awesome. And let's see here. Very good. Let's answer a few more comments before we say goodnight here. All right. And Silver Heist, Clever Salad, couldn't figure out how in the world the ratio could be 1 to 1. But it's crazy the government only values the gold at Fort Knox at $42.2222 an ounce. Yep, it's crazy indeed. Yep, a little thought exercise that video was. Thank you for recognizing that, Silver Heist. And oh, great bearded one. Go rob Fort Knox and see if government will report the dollar loss as $42.22 an ounce. Yes, exactly. They're right. Sorry, Sal, you're right. And it would be funny to if Trump revalued gold at 36.41. E pluribus unum, your title made my heart jump. That was not clickbait. Thank you. Thank you for recognizing that and understanding that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you. You understood it. Thank you. That's good. Helgep says that you buy silver at gold price $3,000 an ounce. Yes, that's right. Well, 3,000 is or plus over 3,000 is what it is now. Andy says here I have a 45-pound chunk of cast aluminum from a pump trunk head. Wow, that's wild. Probably get some good money for that. That Mike wants cheap silver in order to bomb the world. All right. There you go. There you go. All right. Let's see here. Get a few more of these in. He says silver, $100 in the coming years. I think that's possible in the coming years down the road. We could see that happen if it continues on its pace where it is now. Peter Saley says, I really like to buy a small 10th ounce quantity of gold eagles. Good luck with that. Yes. Be nice for sure, indeed. 10 ounces of gold for 1 ounce of silver I see in the future. All right. We'll see if it happens. The lowest we got was 33 to 1 in recent times. I think it was 16 to 1 during 1980, somewhere thereabouts. Jim Sunil Brown with more algorithmic emoticons on this. Thank you, sir. And Savage Stacker, they really need to revalue gold. Good morning, sir. So close to 100K. I know you can do it. Let's go. Yes, I'm hoping so. It's slow moving, but I'll tell you what, here lately it's picked up in part thanks to Silver Slayer, but also some of my videos have done fairly well. If we can get a couple more videos to do well, or if you guys are so inclined to press that thumbs up button, it would mean a lot, or that as well as subscribe if you haven't done so already. Appreciate it. All right. All right. Very good. Hollymaker Making says this. I came into a little money last year and I couldn't decide how to invest it. So I decided to put a bunch of it into gold and silver bullion. Been buying and buying and buying all year long in a decent pace now. I watched the fiat currency stumble and fall. I think I made the right choice. I think you did too, Holly. Brian Eno. If you want to grow your channel, stop being a downer on silver. I'm not a downer on silver. When am I ever down on silver? Silver doesn't need any more beatdown. It has more than a fair share. Well, I think you are missing the point of anything I talk about in my on my channel about silver. I'm not a downer. I'm just realistic about the price movement, and I like to tell people to be careful and understand its value beyond price when it goes up or when it goes down. So, and by the way, Brian, if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know that I've been bullish on silver for the last 5 years. The last 5 years I've been bullish on it. Okay, Eric does not know what clickbait is. He says rambling about what or wonder if or maybe so this can get his sponsored paycheck. Well, Eric Perry, I would just delete this comment, but I'm going to make an example out of you because you have no idea what clickbait is. You didn't watch the video, and you say when it's rambling, which means you didn't watch it. And so, that's it. Now, I would just immediately ban this guy, but I saw the comment, but I'm going to keep an eye out for him. We'll definitely keep an eye out for him. I don't know if this is nope, he's joined quite a long time ago. So I may, you know what? I'm going to ban him right now. I don't have time for these idiots. I just don't have time for these idiots. Bye. They're not worth even spending any amount of time on. So he's gone. And no drama mama torturing me any longer. That's right, exactly. All right. Very good. Let's see what we've got here. All right, folks. Very good. Well, hey, good. I appreciate it. We had a good run tonight. I don't think there's much more happening in the metals complex. You guys are great, and so yeah, we're gonna be back here on Tuesday night. Thank you so much. It'll be the same situation, but we'll do it. Sorry, I'm not able to see your chat as quickly as I would like, but you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here tonight, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I'm going to leave you with this sage piece of advice, and that is to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. So have a wonderful night, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.